There comes a time when we stop chasing and start reflecting. A time when the mirror shows more stories than flaws, and each wrinkle becomes a chapter in a book only we can write. Aging isn't the end of the story, it's a powerful new beginning. But let's be honest, fear often sneaks in. Fear of being forgotten, fear of losing purpose, fear of becoming a burden. Today, we talk about something more powerful than fear: choice. The choice to shift our mindset. The choice to greet aging not with anxiety, but with clarity, wisdom, and strength. If you've ever found yourself lying awake, wondering what comes next, this video is for you. Stick with me, because we're diving deep into 5 mindset shifts that can help you age with confidence, grace, and peace. And before we go any further, I want to ask you something. What's your biggest fear about getting older? Leave a comment below. I read every single one. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. This channel is your home for honest conversations about growing older with dignity. Now let's begin. Number 1. Redefine what it means to be useful. For decades, many of us measured our worth by what we could do: a job, a paycheck, a routine, a role. We were teachers, nurses, builders, caretakers. And then one day, it changes. Retirement arrives. The kids move out. The phone doesn't ring as often. And quietly, this question creeps in: am I still useful? Let me be clear. Your usefulness does not retire when you do, but the definition of it must evolve. We must shift from doing to being. Your presence, your experience, your voice, these are more valuable than any title you once held. The world is full of noise, but wisdom? That's rare, and you carry it. Being useful now might look like listening deeply to a grandchild who's afraid of growing up, or mentoring someone younger in your community, or even sitting quietly with someone who's grieving. That's not just useful, that's life-giving. The culture we live in often worships productivity, but we know something better: contribution. And contribution isn't measured in hours worked. It's measured in hearts touched. So here's a question for you. How have you felt useful in this stage of life, even in small, unexpected ways? Drop your experience in the comments. It could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this resonates, don't forget to subscribe. There are so many silent struggles in aging. Let's face them together, one honest video at a time. Number 2. Accept, don't resist, the reality of change. Change is the one companion we never invited but always knew would come. As we grow older, change becomes more frequent and more personal. Friends pass away. Our bodies feel different. The world around us moves faster than we ever thought it would. And sometimes, we feel left behind. But here's the truth. Resisting change doesn't stop it, it only exhausts us. The second mindset shift is about acceptance. Not passive surrender, but active understanding. When we accept change, we begin to adapt with intention instead of reacting with fear. Think of the trees. In autumn, they let go. Not because they're giving up, but because they're preparing for something new. We, too, have seasons. And each season holds a different kind of beauty, if we're willing to see it. Yes, your knees may ache more. You may forget names now and then. But you're also freer now. Freer to choose who and what deserves your time. Freer to say no without guilt. Freer to sit still without needing an excuse. That's the beauty of this chapter. It allows for a quieter kind of strength. And no, acceptance doesn't mean you'll never grieve what's changed. But it does mean you'll learn to live beside it instead of underneath it. That is how we age without fear. Not by pretending things haven't changed, but by learning to walk with those changes as old friends. Let me ask you something. What's one change you've experienced recently that you're learning to accept, even if it's hard? Share it in the comments. You never know whose heart your honesty will soften. And while you're reflecting, hit that like button if you believe aging deserves more real conversations like this. You're not alone, and you never were. Number 3, let go of the need for control. Control. We spend much of our lives chasing it, controlling our careers, our families, our futures. We schedule, we plan, we prepare. And then, one day, we find ourselves in a new season where so much seems beyond our reach. Health becomes unpredictable. Loved ones make choices we can't influence. and the future feels more uncertain than ever. This is where fear often grows, in the gap between what we want to control and what we can't. But here's the mindset shift. Peace doesn't come from gaining control, it comes from releasing it. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting. Trusting that you have done enough. Trusting that not everything needs your hands on it to turn out okay. Trusting that life, even when messy or painful, still has meaning beyond your grasp. When we release control, we begin to notice the beauty of things unfolding on their own. A child finding their way without your constant advice. A friend healing in their own time. Even your own body adapting in ways you never expected. There's a deep kind of wisdom in surrender. Not weakness, but wisdom. Ask yourself, what are you still holding on to? A decision someone made years ago? A mistake you can't unmake? A body that doesn't move like it used to? And now ask, what might happen if you let go? Even just a little? I want to hear from you. What's something you've learned to release, and how did it change you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your story might be the mirror someone else needs. If this part of the video speaks to you, consider subscribing. These are the quiet truths of aging that no one talks about, but we will, together. Number 4, prioritize meaning over speed. In youth, everything moves fast. We rush to succeed, to build, to reach the next milestone. It's as if we're racing against some invisible clock. But what happens when the race slows? Or stops altogether? Many people fear that slower means lesser. That if they're not producing, moving, striving, they're somehow fading. This couldn't be further from the truth. The fourth mindset shift is this. As we age, we must shift from chasing speed to embracing meaning. Slowness isn't something to fear. It's something to honor. Think about a slow-cooked meal, rich, layered, deeply satisfying. That's what your life becomes when you stop rushing and start noticing. A conversation that lingers. A sunrise watch from your porch. The sound of your grandchild laughing from the other room. These aren't distractions from life. These are life. When you were younger, you likely filled your days with tasks. Now, you have the rare freedom to fill them with presence. To choose quality over quantity. To pour your time into what feeds your spirit, not just what fills a schedule. But old habits die hard. We often guilt ourselves for doing too little. We feel pressure to stay busy, to keep up, to remain relevant. That pressure is a lie. You've earned this pace. And in this slower rhythm, you may discover something you missed all those years ago. Peace. Let me ask you something real. What's one slow, simple thing that's brought you unexpected joy lately? A walk? A letter from an old friend? A quiet morning? Share it in the comments. Let's remind each other that meaning isn't in the rush, it's in the stillness. And if you're finding this message meaningful, give this video a like. It helps this growing community of wise souls stay connected in a fast, noisy world. Number 5. See yourself as evolving, not declining. There's a narrative that aging equals decline. That growing older means fading away. It's in the way people talk to us, slower, softer. It's in the way the world sometimes overlooks us, as if our best days are behind us. But that narrative is wrong. The truth is, you are not declining. You are evolving. This is the fifth and final mindset shift. Change the way you see yourself. Not as someone losing value, but as someone becoming more valuable with time. Your insight is deeper. Your judgment's more measured. Your compassion sharper, because it has been forged through loss, mistakes, and healing. You are not who you were at 40. Thank goodness. You're wiser. You see through nonsense quicker. You know what matters. You don't waste time pretending. That is growth, not decline. We need to stop thinking of aging as the after and start honoring it as the becoming. You are still learning, still growing, still becoming. Maybe you've started writing poetry or taken up painting. Maybe you've begun to understand yourself in ways you never had time for before. This stage of life isn't just about surviving. It's about expanding into your fullest self. Think of a tree again, not when it's young and slim, but when it's broad, rooted, and weathered by storms. It may not look like it once did, but it's stronger now. That tree knows the seasons, just like you do. So, I want to ask, what's something new you've discovered about yourself in these later years? A strength you didn't see before? A new interest? Share it in the comments. Let's reclaim the narrative, one story at a time. And if this video has helped shift your mindset, don't forget to subscribe. There's more to come, and this community grows stronger with every wise voice that joins us. Aging without fear isn't about denying what changes. It's about embracing what remains and discovering what emerges. Today, we walked through 5 powerful mindset shifts: redefining usefulness, accepting change, letting go of control, prioritizing meaning, and seeing yourself as evolving. These aren't just ideas. They're practices, daily, quiet acts of courage that reshape how we live this chapter of life. You are not disappearing. You are distilling, boiling down into the richest, most essential version of yourself. And the world still needs that version. The world needs you. You've carried families, built homes, held space for others. Now, it's time to hold space for yourself, with gentleness, with grace, and with pride in how far you've come. If this video spoke to you, I ask you to do 3 things. First, leave a comment. What was the mindset shift that resonated most with you? Second, share this video with someone else who may be walking the same quiet path. And third, subscribe. Because aging doesn't have to feel like a lonely road. Not here. You are not done growing. You are not done maturing. And together, we'll keep walking forward, with wisdom, with strength, and without fear.